So now we're going to try to factor 4x squared plus 18x plus 8. Now, first thing I notice is that 4, 18, and 8 have a GCF. So if I were to do the slide and divide on this, I would actually get the wrong answer because you must take out the GCF first. And looking at that, looks like the GCF, the biggest it could be would be 4 because that's the smallest number. 4 goes into 4, 4 goes into 8, but 4 does not go into 18. So it looks like what else goes into 4 would be 2. And I notice that they're all divisible by 2. So if I break this up, I notice that I could divide them all by 2. And that leaves 2x squared. That leaves 9x. And that leaves 4. Okay. Now here I notice that 2, 9, and 4 do not have a GCF. So I could go ahead and make my factor x. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2 and this 4, multiply it together, and that goes up here. And then I'm going to put this 9 down here. Now I'm looking for two numbers that multiply to 8 and add to 9. That's pretty easy. That's just 8 and 1. So then my next step, I'd put x and x plus 8 plus 1. And then I'm not done because I need to take into consideration this 2. So you divide them both by 2. If it reduces, you reduce. 8 divided by 2 is 4. If it doesn't reduce, you slide to the front. So that becomes 2x plus 1. So now I'm going to go check my answer, and I'm also noticing that I forgot this 2. That still needs to go out. So I started off with what we call standard form. If I type this in, I know because it's a positive x squared, I know it's going to look like this. And I also know that the y-intercept is going to be at 8. So that's what the standard form tells me. The y-intercept is 8, and it opens up. So 4x squared plus 18x plus 8. I want you to notice that the y-intercept is 8. It comes from the 8 of the standard form. Now, factored form is nice because it tells me the x-intercepts. It tells me the x-intercept would be at -4. And then if I solve that for x, I'd get -1/2. And I'll show you how to do that more later. So if I type this in to Desmos, you'll see that it crosses at -4 and -1/2. See? -1/2 and -4. Now checking my work, if I plug this in factored form, it should be the same graph. 2x plus 4, 2x plus 1. And notice, they are the same graph. The 8 tells me the y-intercept. The 4 tells me it crosses at -4. The 2x plus 1 says it crosses at negative 1/2. So they are the same thing, they just tell me different information. So I know this is correct.